Hello and welcome to Prolific North News. I'm Sophie Whitfield. Joining me today is Dr. Andrew Cooper, Academic Director for the University of Salford at Media City. Dr. Cooper is responsible for leading and managing all academic activity at the state-of-the-art campus. His experience of over 20 years in teaching and published research for the higher education sector has been driving the success of the media production and digital technology courses. Dr. Cooper, thank you for joining us today.
No problem at all.
So you've been quoted as saying that students at Media City are the next generation of talent. So who's benefiting from the talent?
Well, in the first instance, it's the large and small companies around us in the immediate vicinity. So people like the BBC, ITV, lots of the smaller companies based in the Landing and the Greenhouse. But actually the influence spreads much further afield than that, because the students do such terrific work here, and we work with global partners as well. So their reputation is known beyond the UK and across international areas as well.
Now Salford Uni Media City is doing fantastic, drawing in the numbers, and
Yes.
the number of students that want to come here is quite phenomenal. In comparison to other courses at the university at the old campus, they may be struggling in comparison. Do you ever see that the Media City segment might become a separate entity from the university, a bit like Manchester Business School?
No, I don't think so. I think from the very start we've made it very clear that this is an integrated part of the university. I think if we'd set it up as a separate entity within the university's internal structures, either as a college in its own right or a school, then there might have been some depth to your argument. But actually it's always been something that connects intrinsically with activities across a spectrum within the university. So it's not just about media, it's also about digital technologies. Those extend into areas like health, environment, business. So the links are very strong.
Great. So the Media City Festival was held for the first time here last year.
That's right.
How was it?
It was a terrific experience. It really was 4 days of terrific activity and great fun for everybody involved. It actually marked 20 years of the Nations and Regions Media Conference, so the anniversary itself was significant. And we relaunched as a festival, so we had 2 delegate days with the largest number of speakers that the conference had ever had, and then we had 2 full days for students to get involved through what we call Next Generation.
Yeah,
and
that's who we are.
That's right, you are the next generation of talent coming through. So we had nearly 100 workshops, masterclasses, practical demonstrations and opportunities for the students to show their talent as well. And over 4,000 opportunities were taken up by students from Salford University and from universities and colleges across the UK.
Here's hoping we can follow up with that again next year.
I'm sure we will.
Thank you for joining us, Andrew. Thank you. Now here's Isabel Greenfield to run through the top media news stories making the headlines this week. Isabel.
Thank you, Sophie. The National Union of Journalists has voiced its support for a 24-hour strike that took place at NewsQuest centres in Darlington, York and Bradford earlier this week. Journalists are protesting over plans to move 25 jobs from the North East to a new production centre in Wales. ITV has held talks with BBC presenter Susanna Reid in a bid to revive its fortunes in the TV breakfast wars. Reid is reported to have been offered £1 million to switch to Daybreak, but her decision is yet to be confirmed. Sal Nasseh, the BBC's Media City-based controller of learning, is leaving after nearly 24 years in the corporation. Nasseh has accepted a job at the English language arm of Cambridge Assessment, where he will begin on the 31st of March. A television advert for a nude scanner mobile phone app has been banned for being disrespectful to women. The ad, which aired during 6 episodes of the Channel 4 soap Hollyoaks, received 26 complaints for being demeaning and broadcast where it could have been seen by children. ABC figures show that the Liverpool Sunday Echo has sold an average of 33 copies a week since it launched last month. Figures are less than half the average daily sale of the Echo, but are comparable to Trinity Mirror's other big city Sunday titles. That's all of the top media news stories for this week. Back to you, Sophie.
Thank you, Isabel. So that's all from us here this week. Join us again next Wednesday. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.